Okay, so this practice I want to show you now is as a first body scan. So what you need is some kind of yoga mat or blanket that you can lie down comfortably on the ground. In this case, I've chosen to have a small head pillow and a blanket for to go onto my legs, but you don't have to have these. I'll often do it without, but it may be more comfortable to do it with, so you can experiment. If you were cold, you could have a blanket to go over the top of you. It depends on the temperature. So lie down, make sure you're comfortable. If necessary, wriggle a bit, adjust. Arms out by the sides, or they could be on your stomach, one hand over the other. So you feel what's more comfortable, but for this I would say hands out to the sides, a comfortable position away from the sides of the body. The back of the hands touching the floor. Just move this mat. So the first thing is to let go to the floor. So see if you can let go all the way through your body. Try and empty yourself inside. So forget about anything that's happened in the day or the week before this time. And let go of anything that might happen in the future. And just focus on the contact between your body and the floor. So we let go to this feeling of being supported and of a stability and relationship with the ground. So let's start by feeling the contact between the back of the head and the ground. So you place your attention in this area. And then go down to the area around the top of your shoulders, base of your neck. And out to your shoulders on both sides. So feel this contact. And then travel down from your two shoulders to your elbows. Feel this contact all the way down the upper arms with the floor. And now feel the contact in your forearms. So you travel down from your elbows to your wrists. Explore this area and feel the contact between the forearm and the floor. So you just notice anything that's there, any sensations, you might notice, like I've just done just now, that because I'm doing this, my digestive system is just starting to relax and release, so there's gases and sounds bubbling, just releasing. But keep your attention on your forearms and the contact with the floor. I'd recommend you keep your eyes closed. They can be open, but it's easier to focus with them closed. So bring your attention now into your hands and feel the contact between the back of the hands and the floor. And now into your fingers. So go into your thumbs, so both thumbs. And little fingers, and the fingers in between, so they may not be touching the floor. I can open my hand a bit more perhaps. But just let your attention rest there. And now come back up your arms, onto your shoulders, and now feel down from the upper shoulders down to the middle of your back. So you're feeling this spine and the muscles on either side and the contact with the floor. So as you place your attention in any of these particular areas, there may be all sorts of changes happening in other parts of the body. It's good to recognize that. I can feel a slight pulling on the side of my neck now. But come back to your place of focus. So I'm going back to focusing on the upper part of the back. And at any time, if you notice the body's tightening, is resisting gravity, which I'm doing a little bit now, then you just let go. Just let go again and melt through the body to the floor. So this may happen at times, and then as soon as you realize and wake to that, just come back to letting go. Now explore down from the middle of your back down to the top of your pelvis, and feel this contact of the lower back. Perhaps parts of it will make contact, so the middle area, so in the top of the pelvis, maybe parts of the back. And feel the touch of the floor. See if you can let go. You might notice the movements of the breath as well. But in this first meditation, we're not so interested in that. So just focus on the stability, the feeling of being supported by the ground underneath you, and letting go. So going out to the pelvis, so exploring the area from the top of the pelvis down to the top of your legs. So around the buttocks. And again, feel the contact and let go. I could feel I tightened in a foot around my right ankle. So again, let go. And now move down into your thighs, so the area from your hip to your knee. And explore this area and its contact with the floor beneath it. So sensations are curious things. They're like a chemical factory producing all sorts of different things for us. It's like a kind of a internal television show. And our job is to be a kind of witness, to observe and notice. There's a kind of tingling now, or contraction feelings, tension feelings. There might be no feeling sometimes. There might be temperature, hot or cold. Sharp things, pleasant buzzing. So you get all sorts of different kinds of sensations. And our job is just to recognize them, to recognize what's happening, and not to worry about it, or go into thinking. So go down into your knees now, the back of your knees. So our job is to be a kind of explorer, to be curious, to investigate our reality in the back of the knees right now, with our contact with the floor, or in my case the blanket now. And keep letting go. It seems to be a natural thing that we tense up at times, so let go again to the floor. And now go into the area from the knees to the heels. So explore the calves, any contact they might have, any sensations in the calves. On the lower leg. Now go to the feet, so really the heels. So feel the contact of the heel with the floor. And then go into your feet, so they're not touching the floor properly. But still rest your attention inside your feet. So you feel any sensations there. So in my case, I've got all sorts of changes happening now, going through my right leg, through the calf up to the hip, because I've placed my attention in my feet. So I keep going back to the feet, but I am recognizing the changes happening and let go again. So you really be in your feet. And now go into your big toes. So it's not like you're looking through a telescope from your eyes or your brain down to your feet with a big tube. See if you can be in your feet, be in your big toes. You're just feeling directly there. And now go into your little toes. And now explore the toes in between. And now see if you can feel the whole contact between your body and the floor. So from the tips of your toes, you're aware of your feet, and then the heels with the contact, up to your hips, and your hips up to your neck, shoulders down to your hands, but you can feel your fingers as well. And then your neck up the back of your head. So feel your body from the tips of the toes to tips of your fingers to the crown of your head, and all of the contact with the floor. Let go. Be empty inside. Like you're surrendering to the floor, surrendering to gravity. And you might notice the body breathing, so let it breathe. And just keep focusing on the floor. So I'd carry on with this as long as you feel comfortable. I'm going to finish now. So when you're ready to finish, you just lightly start to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Maybe stretch a little, stretch the toes, your arms, your legs. So it's important to come out of any kind of meditative relaxation process in a gentle, respectful way. So just stretch the body a little bit. Bring the knees up. And then roll over onto one side, perhaps the left side in this case for me. So you get, if you want, you could lie there for a second. It's quite nice just to lie on this side, let go to the ground. And then push up on one hand and the elbow. If you have any body pains, you might need to think about how you're doing this and have a kind of stool or something or chair nearby which you can use as a support to come up. So stay with this kind of relaxed feeling as you're coming up, and then slowly come up, and I'll come back to sitting. Okay, thank you. So this is a first body scan. I could call it lying with the ground. It's a really good practice to do anytime, but especially in the evening. It's given you a good preparation for sleep. In this practice, especially at the beginning, it's okay if you do fall asleep. So all that means is that your body's tired and needs to rest. So I wouldn't worry about it if you fall asleep while doing this. But slowly we gain more capacity to relax and maintain our attention while doing the practice. Okay, thank you very much.